Welcome back to the Midnight Mystery Archive. Last time we explored the chilling story of the murders of Hinterkaifeck, where a family was slaughtered on a quiet German farm. Tonight, we're going to take a step sideways, something a little lighter, as a bonus episode. It's still a mystery, and it's still unsettling. But this time, the danger comes not from an axe, but from rhythm. In the summer of 1518, a woman stepped into the street and began to dance. She didn't stop, not that day, not the next, not even the day after. Soon she was joined by dozens, then hundreds. They danced until their feet bled. They danced through pain, exhaustion, and even death. It sounds absurd, but it really happened. And to this day, we don't know why. I'm Kevin, and this is the Midnight Mystery Archive. Tonight, we look at the baffling epidemic known as the Dancing Plague of 1518. To understand the Dancing Plague, we have to step in the world of Strasbourg in 1518, a city caught between medieval superstition and the birth of modern Europe. Strasbourg was part of the Holy Roman Empire. It was prosperous but fragile. In the years leading up to the outbreak, the Rhine River had flooded, crops had failed, famine swept through the region, and plague had decimated entire families. It was also a time of religious panic. The Protestant Reformation was spreading, but in Strasbourg, the old religion remained. Saints, spirits, curses, and judgment. Enter Frau Trofea, a housewife, possibly a widow. She steps outside and begins to dance, alone, wordlessly. She dances through the afternoon, into the evening. She doesn't stop. Neighbors assume she'd lost her mind or been cursed. But as the hours pass, their concern turned to fear. Over the next few days, as many as 30 others joined her. Some reports say it grew to over 400 people within a month. They weren't celebrating, they were convulsing, twitching, collapsing, and soon some began to die. The people of Strasbourg were no strangers to death, but they had never seen it arrive on tiptoes. Historical records describe the dancers as being unable to stop, their limbs moving involuntarily, sometimes for 6 days straight. Some were carried off in carts, only to leap out and resume dancing in the fields. Why not? The city council, believing the condition was physical, not demonic, made a bold choice. They built a stage, they hired musicians, and they ordered the dancers to keep going. It was perhaps the worst prescription in history. Now remember, it was 1518. Medicine isn't nearly what it is today. The goal was to purge the dancers' bodies of whatever illness had befallen them. Instead, the music only made it worse. Again, this is 1518. Music of the time, not exactly toe tapping. People danced until they collapsed, some with broken ribs, some in seizures, some into shallow graves. It wasn't long before the council backtracked. The dancers were herded to the shrine of Saint Vitus, believed to be the saint of dance, epilepsy, and madness. There, they were made to wear red shoes soaked in holy water and pray for deliverance. For some, it worked. For others, the movement never stopped. What exactly happened in Strasbourg? Scholars have debated that answer for 500 years. The most accepted theory is mass psychogenic illness, a kind of psychological chain reaction. Extreme stress, dread, starvation, all combining into a shared delusion so powerful it became physical. And it's not the only case. In the 1400s, dozens of nuns across Europe began meowing like cats. In 1962, a laughter epidemic in Tanzania affected entire villages. In the modern day, TikTok has seen outbreaks of contagious tics among teens. These are not faked, they're very real, just not fully understood. Another contender is ergot poisoning, a mold that grows on rye and produces hallucinogenic alkaloids, including LSD-like effects. Symptoms include convulsions, visual distortions, burning sensations, and muscle spasms. But it's not a perfect fit. Ergot tends to debilitate, not compel choreographed movement. And it doesn't explain the organized nature of the outbreak. Then there's the spiritual theory. A curse by Saint Vitus, the protector and punisher of sin. Devotees believed he could strike the wicked with uncontrollable movement. These beliefs at the time weren't fringe. In fact, there were over 100 known dancing outbreaks in medieval Europe, nearly all tied to the cult of Vetus. By early September, the outbreak faded. Some say prayer worked. Others believe people simply collapsed and didn't get up again. No one was punished, no one was cured, and it was never fully explained. The incident was quietly written into the records and into the canon of European history. It stands as a reminder of just how fragile the human psyche can be, especially when shaped by a world around filled with fear or famine. Some mysteries are dark, others border on absurd. This one, it's got a little bit of both. A dancing plague that killed and then vanished. Like a fever dream no one fully woke from. This is the Midnight Mystery Archive. I'm Kevin, and tonight we danced with death, looking at the dancing plague of 1518. You've just heard another journey into the shadows from the Midnight Mystery Archive, where the past whispers and the unknown waits in silence. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to follow and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your shows. You can also listen and watch on YouTube, where each case comes with visuals that bring the mystery to life. New episodes drop Tuesday and Friday, bringing you deeper into the world's darkest unsolved mysteries, forgotten crimes, and chilling disappearances. Until next time, keep your eyes open and your lights low. Some stories aren't over, they're just waiting to be found.